everybody. Welcome back to Express Mail, episode 21. My name's Casey.
I'm Kevin.
And we want to start out by saying Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
It is Father's Day. My dad been gone since 2009, August 2009, but
2009.
yeah, been a while.
Pops died about, what, has it been 2 years maybe?
Something like
year
that.
And a half, 2
year and
years.
a half, 2 years.
Time gets away from me, so I don't even remember. But I was blessed with one of the best dads ever I could ever hope for.
Myself.
So all you dads out there, Happy Father's Day.
Teach them well.
Yeah,
they'll carry your legacy. So
yeah, no doubt. They're watching.
Teach them well.
They're watching you. So, all right. So, where are we headed to? We're going to talk about some birthdays next.
Yeah, get that out of the way.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Nicole Kidman. She was born in '67.
Tupac Shaker was born in '71.
Tupac Shakur. Born in '71. He wasn't that old. Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, man, poor lady. She looked great in Friends, but she has destroyed her face lately.
Paul McCartney. He was born in '42.
42. Wow.
He's getting on up there.
Royal birthday. Prince William. Matter of fact, we got two of those. Prince William and Donald Trump. Two royalties. Prince William was born in '82.
Chris Pratt. He's an actor, right?
Yeah, he's been in some of my favorite shows with the Avengers. He's a really good actor in those. He's hilarious in those. So that's Chris Pratt. He was born in '79. Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping.
He's
born in 10 years older than me.
He's 9 years older than I am.
Born in '53. Who else we got? Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, born in '69. Helen Hunt. Ain't she the blonde-headed girl played in them tornado movies? Twister or something?
Yes, that's Helen Hunt. Okay. She was born the same year I was, '63. And last but not least,
John Goodman.
You know him, John Goodman.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he on Cheers?
John Goodman. He's a big guy. He's
Yep.
Roseanne's
husband. Yeah. I'm getting him and the guy who just passed away mixed up. Norm
from
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Getting those mixed up. But that's our I don't know what you'd call all these people, famous birthdays, but the biggest, most baddest birthday of all was the United States Army.
They're 1 year older than the United States of America.
And without them,
we wouldn't be no United States of America.
Unbelievable. The kind of men that
bunch of farmers, just a bunch of farmers just thrown together and that's how we defeated one of the most organized, well put together armies in the world at the time.
That's crazy. And that's some of the things they said and just the things they had. One of the things was a lot of them were barefooted. You see that?
Well, they ended up barefooted because the U.S. we didn't have no United States government at the time. I mean, you got what you got in the beginning, and hopefully it lasted you till you were done.
Land. You were just defending your property, man.
Pretty much, yeah. So once whatever you had wore out, and you go bouncing through swamps and creeks and running through woods and fighting and who knows what all else. I mean, that stuff wears out pretty quick,
Crazy.
So
that's crazy.
There was a lot of guys ended up barefoot and.
Yeah, they're talking about just bloody feet and everything. Yeah. And man, God bless those guys for what they did, because without that, we wouldn't be here today. And man, just watching the history of the United States Army from that beginning to everything they've been through to keep us a country is just absolutely unbelievable. The kind of men that went before us to do this, it's crazy.
All the little battles, like you got the War of 1812, you got the big two major World War I and II, and then all the skirmishes in between. You got the Korea, you got Vietnam, you got before that it was I don't know all the in between 1 and 2. There's no telling what all went on then, but I mean just the just the battles that our country has been involved in through the years. Like I say, that's why we're a country today, because of them.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people was against President Trump putting that birthday party on for the Army, but it's a 250-year birthday, or however you want to call that, the beginning of the Army. What I don't understand is when you do throw a birthday bash or something like that, don't you invite the people you're celebrating? I mean, that'd be like me throwing a birthday party for Kevin and not even inviting him over. So all you people had a problem with that. You don't make sense at all in the first place. So God bless President Trump for doing that. I thought it was very tasteful, very emotional.
Yeah, recruitment shot through the roof. It has since he's been elected.
Yeah.
So people want to serve. They're not they're not being kicked out for not getting a shot or whatever. They come in and they're treated like soldiers again. So it's a whole different ball game nowadays.
And yesterday was Flag Day and President Trump's birthday. So a lot of people were celebrating and protesting No King's Day, and we were celebrating King's Day yesterday.
That's what y'all want to call him, a king?
We'll take it.
Whatever.
All day long, we'll take it.
Sure enough.
But anyway, thanks Army. Thanks all the military for what you do. But special week for the Army, and thank all you guys for doing what you do.
I think what is it? Who's other than the Space Force, but isn't the Marines? Aren't they the youngest of the four branches of military? Or maybe it's the Air Force. I don't know.
Talking about after the Army started?
Yeah, the Army. Next? We had the Army, then you got the Air Force, Navy, Marines.
Yeah, I think the specialties would have come after like Air Force, Navy, and then you started getting into the SEALs and all that stuff. Wouldn't you think that would develop after all of the major ones, land, sea, and air?
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave in the comments if you know.
Marines kind of hook up with the Navy guys, and the Navy guys get them to the battle.
Yeah,
and support them. So
don't forget the war at Chicken Hawk. That was a big one.
That was a big one.
Yeah. I was there. What do you got next, Kevin? There's a lot going on. We're talking about
Israel and Iran.
Man, we got a war going on. We are at war. The U.S. is at war. We are supplying Israel. I think we actually have troops involved now, don't we? That's what I
hadn't heard that, but I think it's just a matter of time. If it hadn't happened,
I'm not understanding why they just nitpick Iran. Is it Iran?
Mm-hmm.
Why they? There's going to be casualties of war. There's going to be innocent people. That's war. It's going to happen anyway. So you can drag it out over a month or take care of it in a few days. And I just don't understand why they don't take care of it in a few days and they have to kill all of them. I'm not talking about the innocent people. I'm talking about.
Well, the people of Iran want a regime change anyway.
Right.
Back before Carter came along, they had a regular. I mean, probably not what we have by any means. Nobody has what we have, but they had an elected government. Correct. People in Iran walked around just like we do. And then when Carter stepped in, and who was that? Anwar Sadat or whatever, whoever, somebody got killed. He came here, wasn't here that long, visiting over here, doing something, and then when he went back, they killed him. Then you got the Ayatollahs and all that, and that form of government showed up. Now the women walk around with the scarf on or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just and so the people of Iran, they want to get rid of them anyway. And the people that are in charge in Iran think nothing of Israel or us. We're the great Satan, according to them, and Israel's a little Satan. So that being known, they're right in close proximity to Israel. So all they talk about is blowing Israel off the map, and they throw idle threats at us. But
what's Russia doing right now?
They kind of like died down between them and Ukraine. I don't know. It's kind of, I hadn't heard a lot about it since.
It's a mess.
since all this other's going on. But anyway, Israel's not going to lose. I know that.
Well, and our one of our top leaders said if one of our soldiers gets killed, then all hell's going to break loose. Trump's going to unload.
I can imagine it will,
and it should. Trump's first term, not one soldier was even wounded. So in those 4 years, not one war started, nothing. It was very peaceful his first term. So,
and he's trying to get it back to that now. And I think that might be why Israel's going about this the way they're going about it, because everything Israel has, we give them. I mean, that's our only ally in the Middle East over there.
Yeah.
Or our biggest ally anyway. We might be on terms with some other countries over there, but Israel is the power over there. And all the ships that are there, all the planes, it's what we have. So we're not going to let Israel lose. Israel's not going to lose. That's just a given. So
pray for everybody. This is because this could turn into a big mess.
I think Trump's trying to get Israel or Iran to the table and try to work something out,
so where it don't become the big mess.
Yeah, and they don't care. All they
just like blowing stuff up,
right?
But if I was Israel, I just don't understand how Israel is allowing. I know they're not really allowing it, but there are missiles getting through and killing some of their people.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well, they got that Iron Dome or gold, whatever it is, that's supposed to block a bunch of that. And a bunch of it is getting blocked.
But some are getting through.
But every now and then one gets through, and it'll blow up a building and kill, a certain amount of people.
Man.
But I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. It's not as easy as just going over there and bombing all of them. I know that, but still, it's like having an ant, messing around with a pit bull or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the pit bull's just spitting on him instead of just stepping on him and getting rid of him. So
exactly.
I just don't get that. I don't get that at all. Well, let's talk about all these idiots who were, quote, protesting this weekend for No King's Day. What is that all about?
I guess it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, because Barack Obama deported more people than Trump ever thought about deporting. Nothing was ever said about that.
No.
The cages that everybody was crying about, that came around in Obama's term. The separating families and all that. And there's speeches, you can go back and YouTube them. You can find them where Obama's,
Clinton, Obama, Hillary Clinton, they're all saying the same thing. Trump said he was going to do. None of them just had the guts to do
Obama did it. He never got no flack over it. Right. He was deporting. Like I said, he's deported more people than anybody has.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but I thank God for people like this sheriff down in Florida, down in what county?
Brevard County.
Brevard County. If you haven't seen that, go to YouTube, look up sheriff in Brevard County, Florida.
And he tells it like it is, and he puts it out there just how it should be, and that's how the rest of this country should think. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. And these people who are against this, I feel like asking them, if someone knocks on your door and you come out on the porch and people start throwing bricks at you, setting your car on fire, and trying to burn your house, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna stand there? Or are you gonna retaliate? Well, according to these idiots, they're gonna stand there and let these guys do this to them. But they wouldn't. So this is all just a show. They've all been paid.
They bust them in.
This No King's Day was all scripted. They've all been given the script. They've been paid. One guy said he's getting paid $150 a day to do this. It's just
they'll BS. Go in and throw the first rock and then duck out and
total
then
BS. So
start the commotion. And they're gone.
It's time to stop all this mess. And I just wish to God we had more people like this sheriff down in Florida. There wouldn't be any of this mess.
If you spit on them, you're going to jail. If you block a intersection, you're going to jail. If you try to run from them, you're going to go to jail tired, because they're going to run you down. Yep. And then they're going to take it. What do you say? If you spit on them, You're gonna go to the hospital, then jail.
Then jail.
You know.
Yeah, and he said if you throw a brick, if you point a gun, and there was one other thing he said if you do to us, he said we'll notify your kin of where your remains will be because we will shoot you dead. And until we start doing that, and people see there's a punishment for this stupidity, it's just gonna keep going. I had a thought like, I hate it for the residents of these safe cities or whatever they're called. What are they called?
The sanctuary cities.
Sanctuary cities. I hate it for the residents there who are wanting law and order, but you almost feel like telling President Trump and everybody trying to help these people, just pull out and let them burn the whole freaking town down.
You get what you vote for.
Yeah. If y'all are mad because ICE is there trying to deport and try to keep all these illegals and murderers and rapists and all these people, trying to get them out of your community so your community can be safe again. If you're against ICE, I would love for you to let us know where your address is so we can send the illegals you're in love with to your house and you can feed them and they can live at your house. But you're not going to do that because you're an idiot. So all I'm saying is I really wish sometimes they'd pull out and say, take over the city, burn it down. And then the federal government it's on y'all. We're not going to give you a dime to rebuild. We're not going to give you nothing. And then you'll see how stupid it is and how idiotic it is. So all you people who are against ICE, you're just a bunch of nut jobs.
Here's the state of Minnesota going broke. So some of y'all probably heard about this. The senator from Minnesota. She goes up there and she votes to cancel health insurance for illegals, for illegal adults. Because the state's been paying for it. And the state's going broke. So they got to do something. She made that vote, was almost in tears or was in tears about having to make that vote, but she stepped up and did the right thing and felt bad about it, but she did it. Next day, she got killed. She got killed by a man, allegedly, who was appointed by, he's the prime suspect. They had pictures of him. He left his car on the crime scene. So they pretty much know who it is. This guy was appointed to some board, some entrepreneurial board or something other, like business or something, by Tim Walz, our Democrat guy that was running, the nut job.
Oh.
Tim Walz. He was appointed by him. So, the left they're out of control. You go against them now and somebody's there to kill you. So he killed her and her husband, dressed as a cop, walked up to her door, had some kind of mask on. They got a picture of him with that mask. It's like a bald-headed guy with one of them kind of masks.
Yeah.
Killed her and her husband and went to some state senators like in the same neighborhood or pretty close by and shot him and his wife. They're still living. They're going to live, I think.
Mm.
And I don't know if he killed them or shot them first. I think he might have shot them first and then went to the other one, the one that the day before made this vote that was against what they believed, and she died for it. So that's when it's getting stupid.
When you deviate from law and order, you get what we're seeing in these towns. And it's unfortunate the people who are wanting this, they live in a gated community and they got walls up, and they got security that has guns to protect them. But yet they're wanting you to live with all this corruption and everything, but they live in a bubble where they don't have to worry about it.
The reason they do that is because it's strictly power. If they can
power and it's Trump derangement syndrome. That is a real thing.
Well, because he's exposing them. So when if somebody shows up and if you're a successful bank robber, you've been robbing banks your whole life, and you're 61 or 2 years old, and nobody has a clue. And I show up on the scene and I say, well, he's the one robbing all the banks.
Yeah. Lock him up.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to, I'm taking a chance on you, just like getting rid of me. You might shoot me.
Yep.
Yep. So it's insane. And
Turn the light on and the roaches scatter.
Yeah.
And boy, they are scattering. But yeah, leave a comment on what you think about all these No King's Day riots. Again, they're all being paid to do that. This is not a ground movement or anything like that. This is, I believe it's George Soros.
Well, it's some other billionaire guy. They mentioned his name, and I can't remember his name, but it's just same stuff.
Yeah.
We live in a one-horse town, okay? And we had them standing around our old courthouse, so they don't even do nothing up there. It's just a records building now. But they're standing all up there in the city square.
Was there really?
Yeah. We went up there yesterday. I was like, okay, I got to go get some diesel, so let's go uptown and see what we see. And we rode around Walmart and all that over there, and we didn't never see nothing. And I didn't even think about going into town.
Downtown.
Yeah, on a Saturday.
And there were some of them out there?
Yeah, they were around the courthouse, holding their signs or whatever. Nobody got stupid. I think Kaufman County or either that or Kaufman PD, somebody come up there and just told them, you got to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and until they start making examples of these idiots, we're
nothing really
having this stuff. So
nothing really happened.
But again, you hadn't seen that Florida sheriff, go to YouTube and look it up. It will. Oh, it'll put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
It'll put a big smile on your face.
So. Yeah, no, DeSantis, he even said,
yep,
if you're sitting in a car and these people surround your car and you feel threatened, don't sit there and wait for them to drag you out of the car and beat the snot out of you. Step on the gas and go. If you run over them, they brought it on themselves.
Yeah.
So
exactly. That's what he said. He said, if you surround somebody's car and you're going to block them from getting out and you're going to start beating on their car or something, they have every right to run over you and drag you down the street. And I agree 110%. Yeah. I'm not going to sit there and wait for somebody to kill me. I'm going to do something.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
we'd love to see some comments on that.
Yeah.
See what you think.
Yeah. Even if you're, a left-wing nutcrack, go ahead and leave a comment. We like those too. Kevin. So this next little thing we're going to do is from an idea from one of our viewers, our other brother, Daryl. So since
we got some Texas history for you, man.
Since we used this, we are going to invite him over and let him take us out to dinner. And he gets to hang out with us. So, way to go, Daryl.
You ought to love that.
I know. And we'll sign your T-shirt, too.
Yeah. All right, Daryl. Today is Texas in Texas history. All right. 1892. That's just picked up a few things. There's a lot of stuff happened. But anyway, in 1892, a man named Tex Owens, and this kind of blew my mind, he recorded the hit song Cattle Call. And he recorded it not in 1892, but like in 1920 or something like that. Cattle Call. I thought that was Eddie Arnold's song.
But it wasn't.
Well, evidently, Eddie Arnold just recorded a song that was already out there. Anyway, I thought it was his song because he's the only other one I've ever heard recorded. That's a hard song to sing, I imagine. So
I've never heard it.
Yeah, you've heard it.
Have I?
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Sing a little bit for us.
No, I can't sing. And here's a good one. In 1921, a lady named Bessie Coleman, an African-American woman. She is the world's first licensed pilot, born in 1892 herself.
Really?
And in 1921, she became the first licensed African-American woman pilot.
Very cool.
And
very cool.
She's from Atlanta, Texas.
Where's that at?
It's kind of like up there by like here's 30, here's Texarkana right here.
Oh, okay.
It's down 59 a little bit.
Down southeast, east south a little bit.
Just south of Texarkana a little bit.
Gotcha.
59.
And that's where she was born.
That's where she's born. Wow. And also on this date,
great Texas history here. Go ahead.
1974, Elvis Presley started an 18-date tour in Fort Worth, Texas. He started it at the Tarrant County Convention Center.
Wow.
So, just three little tidbits of information.
Little Texas history for Daryl and from Daryl. Hey, by the way, Jeff Body wants us to start like taking real weird food and eating it on camera. I said we ain't doing that.
I've avoided. I'm 62 and I've avoided
weird food
my whole life. And I'm not. At this age, I'm not going to start eating it.
Hey, well, at least he's giving us some ideas.
Yeah.
Appreciate the comments, guys. What does that? Oh,
the number one song. Number one song on this day in 1962, which is my year, on this day, on Father's Day, or this is Father's Day. I don't know if it was back then. I Can't Stop Loving You by Ray Charles.
Sweet Ray Charles, man. I tried to find the number one song for 1963 this week, and it was some weird Japanese song.
What was the name of it?
Sukiyaki.
Yeah.
Sukiyaki. It was number one for 3 weeks in a row and made history by selling, I forget how many
13 million.
13 million. I have no idea.
Never heard it.
Yeah. Thank God I was less than a year old when that came out. So
sure, it wasn't something my mom and dad was listening to.
No, my mom and dad would listen to Herb Alpert.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Tijuana Brass.
Oh, yeah. Got that Cool Whip cover.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to move on to, well, I don't, for
Today's
the late
Flag Day. Did we mention that?
Yeah, yesterday or today?
I guess it's yesterday. I don't know.
Yesterday. Flag Day, Trump's birthday, Army's birthday. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday is a big day. I don't have any. I'm working on something for the women.
Broom etiquette.
Broom etiquette. You know, how to use a broom, where to park it. You know, things like that. So I am working on that. We'll bring that to you next week. So ladies, get ready, get your notebooks ready, get ready to write this down.
Probably not watching, but guys, get your wives.
Yeah, I may actually do a visual. A visual on how to use a broom. What do you think? You like that?
Debbie show you how to do that, or
she's a woman?
Oh, you're trying to teach. You're teaching her, right?
Yeah, I'm teaching them. So anyway, broom etiquette's coming up next week. We just had, God, we had so much going on this week with everything happening. So anyway, everybody pray for all the soldiers, all the Israel war. Pray for all this, man, to come to an end, because this could get out of control real easy. Really,
it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
I know.
That's just my opinion. I don't know, but that's what I'm guessing. Stuff like this usually one thing after another.
That's scary.
With the way they hate us and the way they hate Israel, they're not gonna.
Well, and I heard one guy who is an expert in security talking about the 20 million that had come over in the last 4 years. He said, I can guarantee, he said, it's not if, it's an actual fact. There are
pockets here.
Pockets already here, and they could start killing Americans. So just stay alert.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep your head on a swivel, because who knows, especially if you live in the big cities and all that, you know, country folks out there in the towns like we are. Might not be so bad, but don't think something can't happen. Yeah, we can
see you coming.
Yeah, we know before you get there. So, but a lot of times in them, you know, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, you get in them towns where, I mean, like, you know, people are just packed in like sardines, and you just don't know.
And I will say this too, and it's kind of, I think one of the problem with the big towns is we have a huge number of mentally challenged people walking the street. And I don't say that out of meanness. I say that out of fact. I worked in Dallas for 42 years up until 2 weeks ago. And where I worked the last 4 years, I saw it every day. Walking the streets, talking to the air. Just, these people need help. And I really think we need to bring back hospitals that are geared to get these people off the street, get them safe, get them on some kind of
medication or some kind of therapy or something,
and keep them clean. Because some of the people I saw on the street, one guy
probably ain't bathed in a year.
Well, not, and his legs were burned to the point. I mean, some of the wrappings had come off, and his skin's gone, and you just see blood there, and he's standing on the street. And I'm like, these people need help. So, I mean, I'm all for, years ago, we had places for this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know who it was who decided to,
I don't know,
get rid of
bad idea, whatever.
Bad idea. So these people need help. And
there's still a few of these places around, but I think it's more like, like say you got a family member that needs help. There's places you can take them and they can get the care that you can't give them or whatever. Those kind of places. But the mental hospitals, they used to have them scattered around the country, and now they're not.
Right.
And so now it's just,
and it's dangerous. Those people are dangerous, but they need help. They got some kind of chemical imbalance in the brain, and I've been around some of these people, and
they're dangerous not because they want to be, but because they're out there.
You got bipolar, you got all sorts.
Yeah, just all kinds of things going on. I mean, it's not that they're just out looking to hurt somebody, but it's just the fact that
they're just not in the right mind.
Stuff happens, and they'll do it. You know. But
so anyway, just stay alert. Like if you're in a big city, man, stay alert. I would hate to live in a big city right now.
Yep, and more so than those type folks, it's just the people that, like you were talking about, people that, when you let 20 million people cross a border unchecked, then how many people we got over here that are just like the 9/11 scenario when these guys just came over here, went to flight school. Now that's another thing. Those guys went to flight school, didn't care to learn how to land one, just want to learn how to fly. So,
are those not red flags to the people training them?
Boy, it would have been me. Matter of fact, I'd have put the plane on the ground and I'd have went straight to somebody right now. And it was like, this guy just wants to learn how to fly. He does not want to learn how to land.
Yeah.
What is that? I mean,
or really take off. They let the regular pilots take off, and then they took over. So that's insanity.
But yeah, just be on the lookout, I guess.
Be aware.
We're not the official be on the lookout guys, but just, I mean, there's crazy crap going on in this world. So just take care of yourself.
Yep. Take care of yourself. Again, ladies, if you don't have a broom, you have a week to go purchase one. Get you a good one. Put your name on it. Other than that, Kevin, what else? Are we about to wrap this up?
I think so. U.S. Open golf tournament was today. I don't know who won.
Yeah, golf just don't interest me. You're a big golfer, though.
I used to be till my back started jacking with me.
Yeah.
But
Pops was one.
Anyway, I like to keep up with who wins the majors. I'll probably go in there and find out here in a little bit.
Yeah. Everybody comment on my hat. I wear a different one every week. You got one you want me to wear? Send it to me. I'll wear it.
I'm keeping mine.
Yeah, that's custom. All right, Bubba. Is that it for today?
That's all I got.
We're going to wrap it up. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Please
like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell.
Ring the bell. Comment. And please, another thing we're finding out is do it on YouTube, not on Facebook. YouTube is where we need the comments, the likes, the shares, and all that. We're getting a lot of them on Facebook. They need to be on YouTube. So anyway, try to remember to do that for us.
And shout out to all the Filipino people. We got a new crowd over there. Got them along with the Zimbabwe people.
Zimbabwe and the New Guinea people. Even some of the old Guinea people.
Yeah,
starting to like it.
Yeah, so that's cool.
We love it. We love it. Keep watching, man. So I'm Casey.
I'm Kevin.
We're out.
Adios.
Peace. Have a good week.